Welcome to Arizona and Phoenix International Raceway for ABC's coverage of the XM Satellite Radio Indy 200. Today, Scott Sharp makes his 100th IndyCar Series start, and we welcome back Danica Patrick after her incident at Homestead, Miami. Also, Tony Kanaan, the 2004 IndyCar Series champion, he goes for an unprecedented three-peat here at Phoenix International Race. Welcome to Firestone Race Day from the Irish Hills of Michigan, 50 miles west of Detroit Rock City. And we welcome you back to the IndyCar Series on ABC Sports. And welcome to the Bluegrass State. We're in Kentucky at Kentucky Speedway just outside of Cincinnati for Firestone Race Day and ABC's coverage of the Amber Alert Indy 300 presented by GPS. And hello once again, everyone. I'm Todd Ayers on a very hot and balmy day here in Kentucky, but the racing should be.
We're selling garage doors out of a garage. Things have changed a lot for you.
Well, you know, we've got a lot of very special people on this team, and that's what makes it all happen. 4 drivers that get along so well, and 4 great teams. So it's been a great season so far.
And more to come, guys.
Thank you, Jack. Catch race number 14 of the IndyCar Series next week as we move to the sunny West Coast for the Argent Mortgage Grand Prix from Infineon Raceway in Sonoma, California on ESPN, August 28th at 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific, where we are sure, Scott, to have another very competitive race.
Every time you have an opportunity to put all these top drivers on the racetrack, hopefully they'll put on a great show.
Remember, ABC Sports is online at ESPN.com. Search ABC Sports. And a reminder, join Al Michaels, John Madden, and Michelle Tafoya for a Monday Night Football preseason special as the Cowboys take on the Seahawks at 8 Eastern. And World News Tonight on your local news, except on the West Coast, is up next. For Scott Goodyear, Dr. Jerry Punch, Jamie Little, and Jack Root, I'm Todd Harris saying so long from Pikes Peak International Speedway, where Brit Dan Weldon is on top of the world. This is ABC Sports Championship Television.
Yeah, I don't know where they came up with that one. Actually, I think it was his friend's joke, but who knows where? I don't know where that came up with.
Scott Sharp, we're glad to see you back up here, still smiling. He's, great dad, and today, like he said, his son's 7th birthday. Guys?
All right, thank you very much, Jamie. Little birthday wishes out to Jackson Sharp and Dr. Jerry Punch as the fans continue to roll out of Pikes Peak International Raceway. A few more final thoughts when we come back. The first place trophy still belongs to Dan Weldon. Hopefully we'll get a chance to catch up with him one more time when we return here on ABC Sports. 4 races to go, but he's right. There have been 4 or 5 races that he has been in it, and things have come, and he's been snake bitten. As we take a look at our point standings on the 2005 IndyCar Series, Dan Weldon is ahead by 97 points on Sam Hornish Jr. You heard Sam Hornish say after the race, he thinks he can get it done, but it is going to be very tricky. 2 road courses yet to go. Then we go to Chicago and we wrap things up in California. Dan Weldon, your leader. Still much more from Pikes Peak International Raceway after this short break on ABC. A great weekend for the Lazier
5, guys.
All right, thank you very much, Doc. Still much more to come on our post-race show. We'll analyze all the close racing action like this 4-wide. Stay with us. We'll be back after this. The Honda Indy 225 on ABC Sports has been brought to you by Honda, proud sponsor of the Indy Racing League IndyCar Series. Firestone Tires and Target. Expect more, pay less. And we welcome you back to Pikes Peak International Raceway as the fans continue to leave after watching a great race in which Dan Weldon was victorious, and we check in with Jackaroo at Pikes Peak. So Weldon will bring it around, he'll bring it down into pit row, make his way back to victory lane, a place he hasn't been in quite some time. Unofficial results, Weldon, Hornish, Kanaan, Castroneves, Vitor Mira, and Buddy Rice rounding out your top 11. We'll be back with much more from Pikes Peak after this short break. Special 2-hour Extreme Makeover Home Edition at 7, 6 Central. When we return to Pikes Peak International Raceway, we are going green on a picture-perfect day. Thanks for watching Firestone Race Day The green flag comes out when we return. Stay with us. Welcome back to ABC's coverage of the Honda 225 from Pikes. The Honda Indy 225 on ABC Sports is brought to you by Honda, proud sponsors of the Indy Racing League Indycar Series, by Firestone Tires, and by the Home Depot. You can do it. We can help. Welcome back to Fountain, Colorado, just south of Colorado Springs at Pike. Welcome back to ABC's coverage of the Peak Antifreeze Indy 300 presented by Mr. Clean. We're at Chicagoland Speedway on the 1.5-mile oval, and we are in a bit of delay. That is one of the Precision Skydiving team members who came to the earth a little quicker than he'd planned. It looks like at this point there is... America is truly the home of the brave. To Joliet and Chicagoland Speedway. Dan Weldon is your points leader right now in the IndyCar Series. 517 points. He leads Tony Kanaan by 79. Sam Hornish Jr. sits in third by 96. So that's the scenario coming into today's race. As I welcome in my colleague and friend, Scott Goodyear. Scott, we heard Dan Weldon talking to Dr.
Those top three guys, really.
Happy birthday to that man, Andretti Green. There are your unofficial results. Weldon, Kanaan, Franchitti, and Herta. Andretti Green goes 1 through 4 with Mara, Dixon, and Rice. Coming up next, Sports Center, our next race, the Firestone Indy Japan 300, Saturday, April 30th, noon on ESPN. For my colleagues, I'm Todd Harris saying so long from the Honda Grand Prix of St. Petersburg. Your winner, Dan Weldon. He owns the streets of St. Pete in 05. In just